Welcome to another episode of the Metal Roundup. Back here once again with the Three Musketeers. Myself, Steve OG, METALBIRB, and Drew Fortune. There are some things that have happened in the music scene that we can chat about today, of course. But this is going to be a bit more of a loosey-goosey one. There's no game involved. We're just going to catch up and chat music for the next little bit. So hopefully you can join us. And if you haven't subscribed to this thing and you've been enjoying it, make sure you subscribe. It's free. Anyway, to begin with, folks, what's been going on in your lives in the music world in the last week or so? Birb, perhaps start with yourself. Anything of interest?
You know what? I feel like you always put it on us. Like, Birb, you go first. How about Steve? Steve, you go first. How about you, man?
Sure. Okay. I don't mind. I've had a wonderful week, in fact, since we last spoke. I mentioned the last episode I was about to potentially interview Tobias Forge of the band Ghost, which did happen, and he was a wonderful individual, and it all went very nicely. There was an audience of dozens of Ghost fans outside, like 3 or 4 hours before the Q&A. It was a live ticketed event, so that got the butterflies going a little bit at that stage. But that was great, fabulous. I had a 20-minute interview at the start with questions of my own, and then we had audience questions and went from there. And they were a rowdy bunch, and it was fun. Yeah, just shouting out random things. Some things we understood, some things we did not understand.
And you were able to film like little snippets or something?
So, yeah, there wasn't really the opportunity to find the right spot to put a camera to film the entire thing. Like, I was very much there. It was not my show. I was there. There was a Tobias Forge Q&A set up. I was there to host it. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to step on any toes or be like, well, where can I put my camera? It's like, that was a very much secondary consideration. I did manage to record the conversation audio-wise, and producer Paul was there and grabbed some clips here and there. So I might be able to do something with them, perhaps for socials. But what I do with it is TBC. The priority was the event itself and making sure that was nice and smooth and well put together, which thankfully it was. It's very good.
Again, that's awesome. Tobias, that's a huge name.
Yeah, that's I think that's the most significant person of note in terms of audience size that I've interviewed thus far. But it's a lovely dude. Like, it was pretty effortless, which is great.
Nice.
So that was a treat. And then I rushed from there because I was in Birmingham. Then I went to Manchester for a day and a bit of Radar Festival, which is like a progressive rock festival, which was fucking great. Got to catch up with Oralize. They were there. I didn't see their set, but caught up with the boys in Oralize. I met Mike Dawes, the acoustic guitarist.
He was at Download, actually.
Yeah, it was a Download as well.
We used the same porta potty.
Oh, right. What, at the same time?
So there's a porta potty.
You were on his lap?
I know, right? It sounds really weird. There was a porta potty where like you walk in and the message is like, don't, like, life is too good or something, like, you know, like life is worth living. I put that on my Instagram story. He's like, hey, I peed there. Well, he didn't actually, he said he used the same one. He could have done number 2 or number 3. Who knows?
Listen, can we stop? The last episode we were talking about this shit. But yeah, no, I got to have a good chat with him. He's a real sweetheart. That was really cool. And I also met Chris Turner, that incredible fucking drummer from Ocean State, Alaska. I had a little chat with him. Caught up with Novelists briefly. It's a really great, like, not unlike Download. It's a great place to catch up with bands and things. I saw some great sets. Normandy were pretty decent. Intervals, I feel like you might like Intervals.
Yeah, they're from my area too.
Right. Yes, they flew over to the UK just for that one gig. Fuck.
Wow. Who were like some of the big headliners at Radar?
So the headliners were Carpenter Brute on the Friday.
They're cool.
The Saturday was Bob Vylan, but he got cancelled in the wake of some things he said at Glastonbury Festival on stage. So he's been sort of cancelled for saying, calling for death for some folks in the Israel department. It was not great what he said. So he'd ended up not playing Radar.
Israel department.
Yeah, I don't know how to fucking phrase that.
Those words.
How do I say this so that it's not going to get us flagged? He said some terrible things. So he did not play. So into that spot, Normandy got promoted into that headliner spot. So they're a kind of European metalcore-ish kind of band. And on the Sunday, Under Oath.
Oh, shit.
Sunday headliner. Yeah. But unfortunately, I was not able to go to this Sunday, so I didn't see that. But I saw some other bands on the Saturday.
Both of you guys need to get some Under Oath on your playlist. New album's good.
Yeah.
So good. I think you guys would like the new album.
Yeah. I've I've heard one of the songs off of it, and I liked it. It was it was surprising. It was experimental in its own way. I dug it.
Legendary band.
I don't know how much on the road to be for me. I think I've heard like one or two songs. Was it Define the Great Line or something? Is that one of their albums?
That album is goated to me, but I don't think you'd like it, Drew. It's like from a certain era. But their new album, I think you would like. There's an album called Disambiguation that I think you would like, Drew. It goes pretty stupid heavy. But yeah. Sick band.
Nice. The only other two things are I interviewed Maria Lessing from Future Palace for my podcast a couple of days ago. That was a good chat. And then tomorrow I'm off to a festival called 2000 Trees, which I've never been to before. But Coheed and Cambria are playing, and Taking Back Sunday, and a couple other bands. So that'll be fun.
I wonder if the Deer Hunter is playing that one. They usually... I've seen posters for that.
I didn't notice them, but yeah, if they are, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll look at the lineup. While we ask Drew, what have you been up to in the last week, sir?
It's always a tough one going after you, man. Fucking.
I never try to go first.
I know. Copy and paste what I said the last time. I feel like in terms of my music preferences, there hasn't been a lot that's been interesting me that much. So I've kind of just been doing my own thing. I've been picking up the guitar a lot more, playing that. And yeah, just not like trying to force content if I'm not that interested in it. The new releases that came out yesterday, I was semi interested in. I checked out the Ice Nine Kills, ERRA, and Dayseeker, which were all fun in their own ways. But yeah, there's nothing really that's properly getting me going. I think there's Deftones coming out tonight, which we can talk about, I guess. I think that's coming out in like 2 hours.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 11 p.m. our time, Steve. So that'll obviously be something that's interesting. I still need to do the whole Deftones discography at some point. I haven't heard any of their albums in full, apart from the last one, the OMS one. Yeah, OMS. But yeah, I've been playing loads of the guitar. I restringed my guitar for the first time in like 2 years, and who would have known that it made a difference to the sound? It was the best thing ever. It sounds amazing. I was like, well, probably should have done this earlier.
2 years is crazy.
The only time I've restringed my guitar is when I snapped the high E string, and I'm like, right, well, I gotta get a whole new packet of strings for the fucking high. Why don't they sell individual strings for guitars? That pisses me off so much. Every time I snap my high E string, sorry, I'm on a rant here, but this has been my life for the last while. You know, when you snap the high E string, especially in Ireland, I think they do this in America where you can buy like specific strings and just get like a packet of those, because most of the time you're just snapping the high E string because it's just the snappy string. Like, you're not really gonna, you've got to be very tone deaf to snap the fucking.
It's rarely the biggest string, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought the G string snaps a lot, actually.
You're talking about guitars, right?
Hey. I was gonna jump in there. I couldn't find the angle. Did someone's mic just get really loud there, or am I going insane?
Burped it.
Okay.
Do you know what? Someone commented on one of my recent videos. All they said, I think, was, "Please, for the love of fucking God, Steve, would you clean under the strings on your Fender?" Like, that's all they said, because it looks dusty. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, I cleaned mine yesterday, and it was crazy. It was like, whoa, this is bad. I'm a pig. Like, we're having that in my house, but you know, but yeah, I've changed all the strings. Thoroughly enjoying it. It's like getting a new instrument. I'm like, holy fuck, this sounds amazing. Because like you'd be playing along and it'd just be like rah, rah, like janky sound and shit. And I'm like, I'm just shit at the guitar. And then it's like, wait, this actually has made such a difference to the sound that it feels like I'm starting all over again. It's amazing. That's been me. Right. That's genuinely been me with what I've been doing.
It's such a tedious thing though, is like restringing a guitar. Like,
you are so loud, Burb. What has happened?
It's insanely loud.
How about over here? Is this better?
Are you using Go XLR? Sometimes Go XLR does that where you might need to close the software and reopen it. If it's Go XLR.
All right, you guys keep talking.
Okay, you're better now, I think. Yeah, I was wondering, because you did that a minute ago, and I thought I just had some, like, I'm just at boxing training, so I was like, I am heavily concussed, because that's
I thought he was just doing like some throat singing into his mic, and it was really loud. I thought that's all that was.
I can hear myself in my headphones, and I sound okay, but let me know.
You're good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. All right.
You're good now.
Well,
you just got violently loud.
I'm gonna just talk mellow. The restring guitar is so tedious. It's one of my least favorite aspects about playing guitar. And it kind of hurts me from like advancing or trying to pick it up. Even some like these ones, I was complaining about you, like, oh, like my guitars haven't been restrung in so long. But I do. I have a classical guitar. Like, I was actually learning some classical guitar. It was a lot of fun. I was growing out my fingernails for it too. And then I realized having long fingernails is so annoying, and I've also picked up boxing this year, so that didn't work together.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, what's been going on with me is boxing. Actually, I've been doing some boxing and talking about music. Like we're going to be talking about like ERRA and those releases, but other than Steve interviewing all like the legends in the scene, you know, I've been
just there at home like bam, 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 Steve just interviewing fucking gods and shit. I'm just like, I restringed my guitar for the first time in 2 years.
That's an achievement.
But
it is.
Yeah, no, I got a trip coming up, and like my birthday's this weekend, so I'm throwing a party. So I'm trying to get all this content ready for the week. I'm basically going to be taking the next 2 weeks off or something. So it's going to be some time, yeah. A proper vacation.
There's nothing crazy planned. Just Deftones coming back, but you know, you'll get the video.
Well, I'm going to be missing President. President is dropping a song July 18th, so I won't be there for that one. And it's a song that I haven't heard because Steve and I only watched like the first 2 songs, if that.
One
song because we bounced to go check Meshuggah, which I
wanted to see some more. Actually, I was enjoying it, but Meshuggah. So
I know, crazy festival, man.
Yeah, just one last fucking jam it in there.
Next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you've mentioned this earlier on there, Drew, but there were 3 freaking songs that dropped yesterday that were of note. It's been a bit of a quiet couple of weeks, I think, for the more established bands. We had new songs from Dayseeker and ERRA and Ice Nine Kills. Now, I haven't seen all of your videos. I have no time at the moment, which is stressing me out. But perhaps we start with Ice Nine Kills. Are either of you a fan of them generally? Or what was your feelings going in? Because I'm not really like a horror fan, but I've liked some of the things they do. I think they're very talented, creative, good songwriters. Live, they're fucking unbelievable. So I always go in with an open mind, and this is the most I've enjoyed one of their songs. I thought it was fucking
wow, really?
Yeah, I was probably the same. Yeah.
What? Both of you guys love that song so much? The new one?
Well, I just don't really like them in general. Like, I'm not a big fan of Ice Nine Kills, so. Their music has just been, I'm checking it out for the video, really. And then the music, if it's decent, it's a bonus. But this song reminded me like Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace. It had like a nostalgic, vibe to it. Definitely, Steve, if you like that song, you really need to get into some of the Breaking Benjamin stuff.
No, I know. Because
Well, there goes my Coke all over my keyboard. Brilliant.
Oh, no.
Fuck my life.
No.
Did we even get that on camera? Like, that just
There's
happened.
Something hit your eye. What was that drop of?
It was the Coke just fucking. Anyway, so I'm absolutely drenched now, but professional. Let's continue on. Fuck my life. This is a disaster.
Yeah, the problem is, as you know, I've not heard that
down
much.
My leg now. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, look, just play it cool.
Yeah. No, you know what?
Oh,
we don't need to see
that's
that.
A shot there. Whoa. Okay, this is okay. Just call the episode.
If you're listening to this in audio form only, flip open the video and rewind 10 seconds. You're welcome.
Just all over me now. It's on my right leg as well. Okay, I'm just gonna.
To be fair, we're all wearing like short shorts probably because it's so hot.
Just gonna like, move the liquid.
Dude, stop scooting back your chair. I don't need to see your thighs.
Sorry.
I'm messing.
A lot on display here.
You do.
Patreon episode. Just cut all this out and put it on Patreon.
My reference is they sound a bit like Motionless in White, but I understand the Motionless in White sound that way because of Breaking Benjamin. So I say it sounds like Motionless in White, and I immediately go, the comments are gonna go, well, they are from Breaking Benjamin. So I've not heard them yet, really.
Yeah.
Very Breaking Benjamin chorus though, but I'm surprised that you guys love it so much because I thought it was like quite the average Ice Nine Kills song. It feels very radio rock when these guys, I don't know, like their last 2 albums are really fucking good actually. Like they're crazy technical with the guitar riffage too, and I don't know, like I understand Steve not being the biggest horror fan, and like to me the horror stuff that they cover is not my go-to. Like I love horror movies, but like I like really freaky stuff, like not the campy Friday the 13th, Halloween. Like those are fun, but I'm not crazy into them. But it's kind of cool that they're kind of doing that gimmick, and the music itself, people do say it's gimmicky, but the thing is, they got Dan Sugarman, who's an incredible guitarist. Spencer is just an incredible vocalist. Like you said, you saw them live. They are so fucking good live. It's a band that took me a long time to get into their music because I'm like, oh, they're just kind of gimmicky. They're kind of like lame. But then I realized they kind of hone in on it, and then seeing them live really changed my perspective on them. Just like Electric Callboy, they're both like incredible bands. And yeah, new Iceland Kills, it's fun. Music video is fun. Like Matrix is like one of my favorite movies.
Awesome.
I love the Matrix.
They fucking nailed it.
They nailed the movie. Like I don't know. Part of me was also like, it felt so serious though. I'm like, these guys are kind of like more goofy. It got goofy towards like the rest of the music video, but like for the actual song part, I'm like, they're just doing bullet time and a bunch of stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is fun, dorky kind of stuff. But
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah,
I also am partial to a bit of radio rock, so I enjoyed the song for what it was.
The core. Like, honestly, I'm not huge on Breaking Benjamin. The more like I hear that kind of style of chorus, it does not hit for me. It does not land for me. But I see both of you guys like it, so I know there's appeal.
I love that we have a difference of opinions, man. And I recently, for the first time, Burb, heard "Protest the Hero," and I think I understand you better. You know?
Yeah, you probably. What was it? Not for you, or like awful? It was awful, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't awful.
It was close though.
No. What did I give it? I'll look that up while Drew tells us about. You were about to say, did you liked the song itself, Drew?
Yeah, no, I'm not like a diehard Iceland Kills fan, but yeah, like to what Burb, like I didn't love the song. I just was surprised. I'm not even surprised because I know they're capable of it, but I'm usually just there to kind of like see what the music video is like because it's a hot topic or whatever. But I actually came out enjoying the song. Now, I didn't love the song. I'm not head over heels for the song, but I thought the chorus was really catchy. Yeah. And like, you know, radio rock, quite anthemic. It would be really good live, I'd imagine. So yeah, I'm interested to say the least. The visuals are fun. It's a little bit different. It beats the fucking metalcore band in a garage somewhere, you know?
So that's why I still gave the song an 8.
You just got
very
loud
again. What's happened, dude?
How about if I go over here?
It's still quite loud.
This is like tech issue stream. Like my keyboard's gonna explode in a minute with all this liquid all over it. So just place.
Do you want to turn your keyboard upside down, Drew, so it drips out? Because you don't need it right now, do you? Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, that drip.
Oh, that's gross.
It's a shitty keyboard anyway, so it's whatever.
Anyways, I'm gonna try talking
while
like this.
That's better. We're fine.
You're good again.
You're back.
It's just peeking all over the place.
Yeah.
Protest the Hero. Limb from Limb was the song that I checked out, and I gave that a not for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fucking really technically impressive. Absolutely. It's also a bit of its time, you know, audio wise, which I try to account for, but it was wild. It was almost, the vocals almost reminded me a bit of, I think, of like Iron Maiden style or Affiance. It was
Affiance is influenced by those guys for sure. Yeah.
There it is. But yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah, they're a weird band because they pretty much introduced me into metal when I was like back like 14, 15 years old, and really made me kind of the way that I analyze music now, like the point A to point B structures I really like, and like the technicality and the progressiveness and all this other stuff. Like I was spoiled by having Protest the Hero being like a gateway band when other people had like Metallica and stuff. I just got into the deep end, right, with like that technical kind of stuff. But like Protest the Hero was like, to me, the guitar work is insane, and yeah, it's not for everybody. I know Runty actually did album reactions to that album and the album previous, and he still can't get into the band. So I think it is a product of its time, but damn, I fucking love that band so much.
Fair enough. Now, on the other songs that we checked out recently this week, Dayseeker, with the most overtly sexy song I think they've done, in my view. I thought I'd misheard the lyrics in the verse. I was like, he didn't just say like "fuck me in your dreams," did he? There's no way. I went, huh. And then the second verse, I was like, oh, he did.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
So that was quite something.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah. I straight up said like, I'm not going to fuck you. Sorry, Rory.
I saw that. I did see your reaction. Yeah, second verse, like, I said no, Rory. I dug it. I thought it was fucking great. Really good song.
Yeah, Dayseeker on fire. Doing good shit.
Yeah, like to me, when I said in my review that it could be polarizing for some people, it's like Dayseeker is they're kind of more traditional metalcore, their old stuff. And I know a lot of people kind of miss that, but to me, I feel like with them honing in on the pop and maybe like this seductive cum metal, I think will actually, I don't know, skyrocket them. I think that's what they're really good at, instead of just doing more breakdown traditional metalcore stuff.
Although they had a breakdown, which kind of surprised me. I was thinking the song didn't necessarily need it, but I loved it when it happened. Actually,
Same.
it was quite a consistent transition. That was good.
Yeah, I think because it was like kind of a darker song too, right? So it worked for a breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these bands creep up out of nowhere. Like I kind of just seen Dayseeker as one of these metalcore bands that was kind of at like the same level as, we'll go on to ERRA in a moment, but I kind of had them like at the same level-ish, but they're fucking like 2.1 million monthly listeners now. Like this band's blown up as well. That's a big, like that's one of the biggest metalcore bands in the world in terms of numbers, monthly listeners. And that's without a recent album. I know obviously the singles might have bumped them up a little bit, but they've been consistently growing.
It's funny, don't tell huge band. r/metalcore that Dayseeker is metalcore. They won't like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, people were saying that's like a synthwave song with like some metal in it, which I see the argument for. But like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, subgenres and genres piss me off sometimes. It's just people get too invested in it, and it's just like I don't even know what the fuck I'm listening to anymore. I'm listening to a metal. If it has distorted guitars, it's just a fucking metal song at this point, or rock. You know, take your pick. It's just people get too invested and start arguing over what something is. It's like, shut up,
bro.
So
Camera
so annoying.
I made a video about the lack of heavy rock and metal at Glastonbury Festival, and the comments. Oh yeah. There's something. So I was like, there's plenty of rock and of metal bands at Glastonbury. 10 years ago there was Metallica. It's like, okay, that's not enough.
I even got that with like the Muse reaction video. I don't know what it is with TikTok comments, but TikTok comments are like the worst for me. But like I talked about Muse, like, oh, Muse is writing metal breakdowns now, and like Muse has been metal for years.
Oh,
like,
I got those
so
as well.
Many comments. No. I'm like, they're like talking about Stockholm Syndrome. I'm like, yeah, that song has like a rock like breakdown moment, but like I'm like, oh, I replied back like, oh, I didn't know that Muse were a 8-string gent band. My bad. I won't be surprised next time. Like, shut up. They're so annoying.
Yeah. That's, while we're on the topic of ranting, my most recent annoying thing that's been happening to me is, excuse me, the Ghost fans get a bit annoying. You know, I'm seeing a few. There's been great Ghost fans, but a few that are creeping in and piss me off a little bit.
What do they
say? It's just like, I should have started, man. Like, they'll be on about, like, I'll listen to an album, right? And obviously, as a human, you listen to something, maybe the Skeleton album, for example, that was my first Ghost album. Naturally, there will be some biases there that you'll be like, okay, I kind of, I'm listening to some of their older stuff, and I'm referring back, which is actually technically forward in the discography, to their, most recent album. I'm like, oh, well, look, I can see how they've progressed where they are right now into what they are today. And people are just like, oh, you're focusing too much on what they are today and not actually enjoying it. I'm like, no, I'm looking at it completely objectively right now, but I'm just also kind of putting my thoughts into the video whilst it's happening. And people, don't get me wrong, it's not been like negative. There's been no like pitchforks and shit in the comments, but I've seen it where it's people, like a lot of people are just kind of like, you're not allowing yourself to enjoy it. Like the only reason you didn't enjoy it is you're thinking too much. It's like, oh, I just listened to the album, completely actively listened to it, gave it a full chance. And these are just some thoughts that I had about Skeleton, etc. So yeah, it pissed me off a little bit. I've seen some comments in response.
It's your point of reference. That's your point of reference.
I've seen some comments as well. It's like, oh, who would have thought, a masked band with a cult-like following? We haven't seen that before. I was just like, the fans are getting a little bit intense, but they're definitely not as bad as the Sleep Token fans have been.
Oh, I fucking love Sleep Token, as we all do, but the fan base, man.
A small portion of the fan base, because I'm also part of the fan base. So we're not too, but that level. Yeah.
I remember
we're not commenting on videos like you're wrong about this. I don't think I've ever done that to a YouTube video.
A lot of people were getting mad at me with my Gethsemane reaction for not paying attention to the lyrics, not feeling how heartbreaking the song was. And then they were just like replying. There was like a whole thread of people commenting like, yeah, all he was doing was like head banging his head, like writing me off.
No, you enjoyed the music.
I know. I'm like, oh, sorry, I was enjoying the music.
Let everyone enjoy things the way they want to enjoy them. And if you don't like it, watch a different video. You can click off. You don't have to be like, you're doing this wrong, because it's not wrong. It's subjective. It's completely in par with your own experiences and your preferences. You're very welcome to appreciate Ghost early albums compared to what you thought of your introduction to them, like, of course, that's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, not to make it negative, but that was my little rant about Ghost fans.
That's okay.
Right. I mean,
rant away.
Not unlike the Sleep Token world and all kinds of other bands as well. People love something a whole lot, they can become quite protective over it. There's a very natural human response. So it's kind of, I'm not even saying that they're wrong for the feelings that they have. It's just like, yeah, you can be protective of it, but also allow people to have their own path and journey through, because surely the biggest take home is, isn't it great that someone is discovering this album that you love? Period. Right?
Here,
exactly. Yeah.
Question for you guys: what is one band that you would be protective about? Like, if you had to hold back those comments yourself.
My default is I don't know that I would.
I know.
I think that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I would say. See, it's so annoying now because it's like now it's not cool to be the Sleep Token defender because they're so popular. But like that is probably the band that I would if I was going to for any band.
I do it a lot too, actually.
Because people judge them through the wrong lens as well. They're like, oh, well, they're not metal. It's like, okay, regardless of what they are, like, stop looking at it through that lens of them being metal, because that's how people are judging them as a band instead of just judging them for how, like, the quality of their music. People just instantly discard what they're doing for the haters, not everyone, but it's people that can, like, look at it and say, well, I don't like his vocal style, his delivery, which is fine, that's fair criticism, but people just hate on them because they're, like, quote unquote, not metal enough, and why are they headlining big metal festivals? It's like, it's kind of irrelevant, it's not necessary to bring that up when critiquing them. But
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there is a potential thing that I've thought to do for anyone that comments saying like Sleep Token aren't metal, for example, is you could simply reply and say, interesting, can you please define metal for me? And then here's the important part, never look at the reply. So they'll go spend time thinking for themselves, learning, like, what do I define metal as? And they might have some examples and they put together a really good comment. Through that process, either they'll discover that actually maybe they have an overly specific example that's, metal is what metal was in like the 80s or something, and everything else is, and then maybe they'll learn something about the passage of time and the development of music. Or maybe they'll come to realize, oh, you know what, actually, this is rare. I can see how they have some metal moments, and you can see how that, but either way, doesn't matter.
It's usually what happens. It's like someone will like kind of come at you a little bit in an aggressive manner, and then you'll be level-headed and respond, and then the kind of tone shift, you've kind of like just diffuse the situation, and then you can see they're actually a little bit more what's the word, balanced with
always.
It's always the way. But the best response to that is like what you said, ask them to define what metal is, wait for the massive paragraph to come out, and then just say, just put the fries in the bag, bro. Like, just destroy them like that. Just straight up after that. Steve doesn't know what I mean.
Just put the fries in the bag. I've never used that before.
You've never heard it as well? Oh, fuck. That's like my favorite response to people in the comments. No, it's like, that's like a big meme. It's people in the comments, please tell me that was a good one.
I love the idea that only Drew knows of this, right? So he's done this amazing mic drop to lots of people, and every single one of those people going like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I've done this. Yeah, that's what I mean. But like,
for us, that's it.
Even if people don't know it, it's still just, I think they'll get the message. It's like, oh god, this is too hard to explain on the internet. But just look up the fries.
Well, I get it.
The more I try and explain it, it will not be funny. Okay, right. So yeah, you basically bait them into this big like spiel, and then just put the fries in the bag, bro.
I don't need that.
And then it's like, okay, I've won. There's no coming back from that,
Maybe Bill Murray. I might try and protect, but only because I think there's so much joy to be had from enjoying it. I'm just like, but just give it a chance. Just look like, cast aside your preconceptions of any kind of country twang and just go in.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I'm very happy for people not to like the music I like. It's fine.
Yeah, I know that's the thing, right? But going back to like Sleep Token not being metal, and then just defining metal, you guys, I forget the name. Trey Xavier, I think, is the YouTube channel. He's like a guitarist on YouTube, but he actually made a video talking about like it was like a whole hot take, like metal is actually not a genre, and he goes into it basically saying that metal is actually, it's not a genre of music, and what it is actually just a sound. You can turn anything into metal, and that's why it's so versatile, but doesn't really make metal a music genre. because like he was kind of going off about like, how do you define what metal is? Is it double kicks? Is it growls? Because someone else could say it's like high pitched singing and guitar solos or something, or is it all of that? Like metal is actually sound. It's you can take anything and turn it into metal. So it was kind of an interesting debate.
Yes, but good luck with that conversation with pop, because pop has fucking everything in it. Like, it's just, how do you define what pop is? That's almost impossible. It's like whatever's popular. Yeah, but what's popular can be like hip hop, but is that pop or is it hip hop? It can be both. Yeah, it's a
Metal can be popular as well. So is that no pop?
Yeah, so
Maybe.
I try and stay the fuck away from defining genres myself. I use them
Sleep
as a
Token or
point of
pop?
reference, because if I say metal, most people have an idea of what that means sonically, generally.
And when you think of that box and just like we need to be inside that box is exactly how you get stuck. And that's why Sleep Token basically said, like, don't get lost in genres. And that's why they're as successful as they are.
Yes. And I really wish we would talk about them less, because there's so many good bands out there. And every episode where Carlos comes back.
No, we haven't. We've paid our dues to other bands. So let's talk about Sleep Token. But no, we haven't really spoken about Sleep Token.
I'm down to talk about this ERRA song though.
Yeah,
because
go on.
All right, well, okay. I want to start this one because I got the hot take here. That could be a hot take. ERRA, talented band, love the members in it. New song just felt like it could have been written like 5 or 6 years ago. It's just classic prog metalcore. Good track.
Is that a problem?
To me, it's just it's not really a problem. It's just more like, what is the next evolution in ERRA's music? And to me, they were doing some interesting things with Cure, and Slow Sour Bleed to me was probably the best song on that record. And so the next step is just, they're just going back to the classic prog metalcore sound, and to me it's solid. But I guess I'm so fatigued by that sound because there's so many other bands doing it. Invent Animate, Before I Turn, I can go on and on, that I don't know, I'm fatigued by it. So that's why, for me, I won't use the word problem, because it's not a problem. It's just more like skippable.
I see. That all sounds reasonable. That makes sense to me. And it's going to depend on, there's definitely metalcore music that I have enjoyed to lesser degrees recently because of a similar thing. But I still think something can be done in a way that is kind of in the classical sort of sense of metalcore, how it was several years ago, but done so fucking effectively that I think it is fabulous. And I actually gave that one a surprising masterpiece.
Wow.
And I know that by shock. I know, because in terms of that style of metalcore, I can't think of anything about that song that could have been improved. I just thought it was interesting and great, full-bodied from start to finish, with enough moments that had satisfying payoffs of the expectation as you listened, but also some kind of offbeat gaps and stumbling sort of rhythms within it that kept it surprising as well. The balance of the chorus melodies I thought were fucking great. All the screams were perfectly balanced. The whole thing. I thought it was fucking awesome. So it's this thing of, if you're critiquing it for interest and development, I don't think it's going to score high. But if you're critiquing it on like, was it a fun listen? I thought it was fucking ace.
Have you checked out the self-titled?
I've heard, if that's the one that's got like Snowblood on it.
Snowblood's a fucking banger, yeah.
I've heard like 3 songs off of that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, ERRA for me, like I said it in my video, that they were like, I wanted to get the audience, like the people who watched my video, I wanted to get their opinion, because for me, I felt like I didn't regret it, but I felt like overly critical. And it's just, again, because I've had like communication back and forth with JT. And it's never my intention to just like come on and not like a band. If I can like every album I ever listen to, it's a fucking win. But obviously that's not going to be the case, and that's not honest. But and sometimes, unfortunately, people that you really like in the scene, and this is why I try to stray a little bit away from trying to make like too deep relationships with anyone in the scene, like whether it be musicians or whatever. Like, it's cool to like get recognition from them or whatever, but I don't really like to get too involved with like knowing them, because I just feel like it's so hard to separate yourself from that sometimes, because you'll just think about them in the back of your mind. You'll just be like, that's just me. I know it's completely possible to do it, but for me personally, I find it a little bit tough. So
I hear you.
Yeah, with ERRA, like I said in the intro, I wanted to gauge the audience, because to me, I'd seen a lot of, I want to say, negative feedback around Cure. And even personally, I kind of like just wasn't really enjoying it. I didn't really like the singles, and then the album came out and I was kind of hoping for that to get me back in. I just really wanted to like it, and I was like forcing myself almost. And then the new song came out and I wanted to see what the response was again. And like I kind of mentioned in it that I feel like ERRA, like Steve said, are like almost, if you want to give someone like the perfect example of modern metalcore, they're almost like the most perfect band to display everything that you can possibly get out of modern metalcore. You know, they've low tuned guitars, they've got some fun riffs, happy riffs. They've got a scream vocalist, they've got a clean vocalist. Both are fucking phenomenal at what they do. They've got a great drummer. Like they're ticking every single box. They're creative with some of their synth work and stuff. But it just feels like all of those things are still not fully. It's like they're not getting the most out of themselves somehow or something. It's like we had the self-titled album, then we went to Cure, which granted was a step away and it was a bit of a different direction. But now it just kind of feels like they're just going back to that self-titled sound. So I don't even really know, because I feel like one of these annoying fans that doesn't know what he wants, because it's like when the self-titled album came out, when I heard it, I was like, this is sick, love this. And obviously tastes develop over time. Cure came out and it was so different to what I was expecting, you know, a predecessor of the self-titled album. And I'm like, oh, I just kind of wanted more riffs and shit. And now they're giving us riffs and I'm kind of like, we're just going back. It's like, I can't, I'm the problem. It's actually just me who's the problem, you know?
Exact
like
same dilemma, Drew.
Yeah, I'm the problem. Like it's not, and that was what I really wanted to get, like my point across is that the band actually just really isn't the issue here. They're literally writing like almost perfect metalcore. It's like on paper very, very pristine. It's like sterilized to a point. It's almost like so pristine. That was another point that I made, that it almost feels like it's like so well done that it kind of lost a bit of an edge to me. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just, it's me. It's a me thing.
Well, that's what I mean, where like it feels like kind of classic prog metalcore. So I think the people who really want that kind of style of metalcore, this is a perfect track for them. Like I think the people on like r/metalcore are going to love that song. And then I actually saw, and they do. They're saying it's like song of the year for them. But to me, like I was saying, just like, yeah, you could say like, oh, you're the problem because maybe you wanted more riffs, but I guess that's why I was using Slow Sour Bleed as an example, because to me that was like a really creative song. It was going industrial. It just felt different. I'm like, this is different, and this they unlocked something that was cool with that song, and then they're just kind of reverting back to like this classic stuff from the self-titled. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is an ERRA song, and I think that's why I'm a little bit. But like I think maybe for Steve, who's like you're still, it sounds like you're a little bit more, you've only heard 3 songs from the self-titled, that for people who are like maybe newer to the band, like I think this is a solid introduction to the band. But I think maybe if you've been following them for a few albums now, this is a little bit fatiguing too at the same time. I don't know, it's a little bit interesting. I can see some people really liking it, like, oh shit, they're back with the riffs, and other people like me, you and I, Drew, where we're just like, oh, we got it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's also like a lot of the stuff that's really intriguing me lately is like, you're talking, not to make a direct competition, but Vianova, who are just like ridiculous at the moment. Like they're doing so many crazy things. Now, musically, I'd probably rather spin the ERRA track over and over again than the Vianova track because of how intense it is. But I just feel like it's kind of the bar in like a lot of this modern core, and you know, in that space, there's bands that are just doing things that are very just make my ears perk up a little bit more. Whereas ERRA, like Burb said, it's maybe there's a bit of a fatigue, you know, creeping in, you know, keeping a close ear on the band for the past couple of years. And it is, like I said, it's just like pristine, perfect, kind of old school progressive metalcore that we've heard over the last 5-6 years. It sounded very Invent Anime as well, in parts. But yeah, I don't want to harp on too much about it, because it's one of those things, like there's people who love it and I listen to it, I'm like, this is almost perfect, but it's just not really clicking with me, you know?
That's fair enough. I think you've both done a good job of describing what is a very complex thing to try and describe. So it's fair enough. That's your response.
Yeah. This is slightly, does anyone else have anything else to add to the ERRA conversation before I move on to something else?
No, we can move on.
Let's hear it.
I wanted to ask, Burb, have you been, I know we've all been kind of doing this Ghost journey. I want to jump back to Ghost. I'm just so curious to hear what Steve's favorite album is from, actually, you might not want to spoil it. Do you want to spoil it for your own channel and stuff like that?
I don't. I can answer that question for what's been out, if that helps or no.
From what's been out, as in the videos you posted?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard the full. I'm still yet to hear the. What's the second latest album? The one before Skeleton. There's
ERRA.
Prequel, and then yeah, I haven't heard that one yet. I
Okay.
just heard Prequel.
I mean, I don't mind the spoiler because I think this it does. No one's really watching for the rating. Actually,
Yeah.
they're watching to see what do you think as you listen to this. What are the things you're noticing in the nuance first time round? So we're grand. I can talk about it. I can tell you my favorite album of Ghost if you like.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, just even like because I've had some mixed opinions across the board, and I have my kind of rating in my head. I have Skeleton still number one. Skeleton's still my favorite. Then I would probably put Prequel second, and then I would put Meliora very close behind. But I think Prequel just flows better as an album, whereas Meliora has higher peaks. That was how I felt about it. You've got something in your hand, vinyl. Oh yeah,
that's
a
my
nice
favorite.
shiny album.
That's
the
favorite.
best.
Yeah, that's me also.
Skeleton is fucking incredible. That's currently my album of the year. I know it grows with more listens. I fucking adore that album. It's incredible. Yeah. And for the other albums of Ghost, my second favorite is Meliora because of there's so many like bangers, like hit songs on that. The peaks in that, as you said, are so high.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think Impera's got some great moments, but there's also a couple of instrumental only tracks, I think, on that one. I'm just less clued into.
Prequel had 2 full instrumental tracks. I was surprised by
that one as well. So like those, I think I was considering to be high solids. Like I really like them, but there are some troughs within it. But fucking undeniably great songs in there as well. So I've enjoyed the whole journey. And if you're interested, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch it. Also, on Patreon, there's some stuff early.
Yeah. That's a red card. That's a red fucking card.
Because it's a really enjoyable experience, you know? It's a rare thing to discover a band.
I'll just plug our stuff.
It's a rare thing to discover a band that has several albums and be able to go, like, almost binge them from start to up to present day. So that's been quite a treat to be able to do.
Yeah. Very enjoyable. Herb, have you not delved into the world of Ghost really?
I want to, man. I really do, and I find myself getting more into like some of the bigger names in music, like whether it's like Ghost or some other band. And people could say like you're chasing views or something for content, but at the same time, I think metalcore music is so repetitive that stuff like Ghost is such a nice palate cleanser that I really want to hear more albums because I did enjoy Skeleton. But I don't know. I haven't gone around to it yet.
I think you would dig the older albums for a different way. I think because they're a little bit more in the kind of classic metal, slightly shreddy at times thing. I think they might speak to you in a way that they don't necessarily to me.
I've been on a classic rock binge too lately. Like I find myself listening to like a lot of Zeppelin and stuff.
You said you were on a Tool. You were listening to some Tool again? Is that
no Zeppelin? Going
deeper.
Zeppelin.
You said Tool at some point though. On one of the last episodes, you did mention you've been getting into Tool.
I can't listen to Tool without a camera in front of me. That is good content. I need to check out those albums and make album reactions for that, which I want to. And also, like the last comment when we were playing the game, someone's like, "Oh, Burb needs to listen to the Metallica record. Stop listening to Core." I'm like, "You're not wrong. I do want to listen to those Metallica records. Like, I can never get into that band. Still, I don't have the easiest time getting to Metallica. I appreciate them. I do like some thrash music. I love thrash actually, but Metallica's, I don't know. I got to check out those records too."
I'm gonna make an outrageous comment here, but I think I'd rather go back to a 9-to-5 job than do a Metallica album discography binge. Like genuine, people have been like, I don't know, jokingly sending me Metallica tracks. I don't know if they're just picking the most fucking boring tracks on earth to send me for Metallica on my stream to troll me with them.
Oh dear.
Well, oh goodness Lord, it's just I can't do it. Cannot do it. I had a couple of like early experiences with Metallica when I first started my channel. And praise Metallica, great man, great for the scene. Well done, lads, you've done your shit. But I can't do it. I'm listening to fucking Villanova screaming like a seal. Like it's a different world. Yeah,
it's so true. I remember when I was like 15 and getting into metal, and then people showing me Metallica stuff. I'm like, I can't do it. No, I'd rather listen to this stuff that just has these modern riffs that just sound more interesting to me. Like I get it. Like I've even learned like Enter Sandman on guitar back in the day and stuff like that. But I don't know. They never scratched that itch for me.
Yeah, it's just even like I want to just do it as like a history lesson, because listening to all those albums, there's always so many conversations that pop up in like popular podcasts, or just even if we have a guest on that's like referring to a particular album, it's nice to at least have heard them.
Yep.
But I just don't think I could even do the history lesson. Just even from that angle, I'm like, oh, I really, and they've got so many albums.
I know.
I'm like, oh, it's such a fucking mountain to climb.
I also,
for me,
since I call myself METALBIRB, like, and I haven't listened to Metallica, it seems like the most poser thing. So I'm well aware.
You fucking do you. There's all kinds of paths to enjoy metal.
I am, but also my path, I do want to hear the Metallica records, just like what Drew's saying. Get over with, or finish that history lesson is what I need to do.
Yeah. It would be good to do it together. I think it would be more enjoyable to like somehow
Should we do it as a 3?
Oh, it's funny because Lone Wolf was actually asking we do collab. How about we collab for albums that we're not excited about, so we can do
That's a good idea.
That might be the only thing that I could actually get me through a Metallica album.
Yeah.
I'm so down for this. That's sick.
Yeah, great.
We have to find a way to make this happen. We have to do this.
That makes sense. That see, we all had that light bulb moment go off.
That sounds like bonus content.
Oh,
we'll chat.
You're already on a yellow, pal. You're on a yellow. You'll be sent off. I know I already gave you a red, but no, I should have said yellow.
My man's trying to go full time here. It's hard. Listen,
right.
as we're kind of,
I'm talking about going back to work, and he's like, I'd rather go back to work than listen to a Metallica album.
so
I'm
funny.
a prick.
Now, perhaps as our last discussion point here, Burb, you were saying something about AI. What's in the news that you're thinking about in that world?
AI is taking over. Basically, people keep sharing this thing saying like starting July 15th, YouTube will only pay creators who use their real voice and produce original content. Following will not be eligible for monetization. So reused or repurposed videos, copied content, low effort uploads, fully AI generated videos. So, I've gotten DMs about it and people are talking about it on my Discord. I've seen Twitter talk about it. It's basically saying a lot of reaction channels are going to be affected by this because it's going to take away the monetization. But I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but like the thing is, just to put it to bed, because I feel like a lot of people are talking about it online, we're going to be fine because our reaction videos are not low effort, but also at the same time, we have relationships with labels. The whole copyright thing is like a whole conversation that we can talk about more in the future. But like, we have relationships with labels where fortunately we don't react to, I don't know, like the Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish, which is going to be really hard to work with those labels. Instead, we work with like Sharp Tone Records and other things. So they're going to work with us to help make sure that we can get our videos monetized. So we're okay, but it is a little bit, I think it is a good thing that they're cracking down on the AI stuff, because I'm seeing so much AI videos. I'm even seeing Twitter accounts that are like these AI girls just tweeting about like bad breakup advice or something, or good breakup advice, and then it's going viral, but then other bots are commenting on them, but it's other girls, and it's such a weird world that but
Dead Internet Theory, you ever hear that one?
What is that?
Oh, go look it up. It's a whole rabbit hole. Dead Internet Theory. If you're looking to waste a lot of time.
I've heard Dead Internet Theory, but I don't know what it actually is.
We're in the fucking midst of that right now. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know why I brought it up. I can't actually explain what it is, but just look it up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. Just to Burb's points. Firstly, I can't speak for the lads, but me personally, I mean, I've been demonetized before on YouTube. That was the whole thing in and of itself, and that was when I was doing this full time, and I got through that because, to be honest, didn't really miss it. I was making like 100 to maybe 200 euro max on like a good month when I was demonetized. So it meant it was obviously not ideal, but it wasn't like, oh my god, back to the day job, maybe I should listen to a Metallica album. It wasn't like one of those situations. But yeah, obviously a lot of the support that we get, I think anyone who's doing this as a full-time job in the reaction space is more than likely relying on the community support via Patreon and other methods, whether it be the Twitch stream. So fortunately, I've got a great backing of people on Patreon that have been allowing me to do it. And the YouTube stuff is kind of like additional money that I can sometimes throw against like new equipment or shit like that. But also, to your other point, Burb, so you were saying that I haven't seen anything on this, so I'm kind of just questioning back, but you were saying that it's like obviously low effort content, which is so subjective. I've experienced that in the past. So that is a worrying thing straight away, because they can just pick whatever they feel is low effort content. And then you could look at some other channel that's, on paper doing less efforts, but they're fine. The other thing is, you were saying like, obviously we have some relationship with labels, but if YouTube's changing that system to crack down on like copyrighted content, that to me reads that it's going to alter the current system, because currently when we put up a video, it gets copyright claimed and it goes to the label. But if YouTube's making amendments to that, it sounds to me like the video will actually get like completely taken down, like, or even striked.
I think you're making assumptions there. I think that's very unlikely.
I don't have an answer to that, but I agree with Steve. I think it's unlikely, but I don't have an answer for that right away.
But if that's what they're saying, like if the current system is you put up a video that is, reaction content and you're reacting to someone else's and it gets flagged for copyright, obviously currently we can take that video as an unlisted link and send it to the label and be like, hey, can you unblock this video, or can you remove the copyright, which is, the current system, I guess. But if it sounds like the next step is being taken into place here. So it seems unlikely to me from what you've read, again, I haven't dug into it, that we would just be able to go, oh, we have a connection with the label here. That sounds different.
The thing is, the revenue is still going to the label. So this is basically saying fully like demonetized. So I think when we're using that content, like you're still getting the copyright, which is going to the label. But since we have relationships with the label, they can actually remove the copyright so we can make some revenue. But
I'm not worried about new content in that sphere, because I think what will happen is you'll upload it, it'll get flagged for that. Maybe there'll be a gate on it where you can't publish it, but you could still do the back end settings on the video and get it copyright lifted, and then you could go in that circumstance. What would worry me is if they put in a new rule and then look at a channel's entire videos and go, oh, the percentage of your videos that have a copyright claim are too high, so we just demonetize your channel, and then we'd have to go and delete all of our uncleared videos, and that would be a fucking pig.
Yeah, well, that's because that's like the current systems. That's why I don't understand, like, how if they're going to amend that. That sounds to me like they would demonetize a channel that has a lot of copyright claims on it.
So a lot of people are talking about reaction channels with this, and I think because of the world that we're in, but really this is trying to tackle the AI issue.
Yeah.
So that's really what they're trying to do here, is just the AI content is flooding YouTube, so they're trying to crack down on that. So
it might not even be that big of a fucking... All they're doing is they're adding another rung to the thing of... Because already they want to try and not have someone upload a video that's the same fucking YouTube video that exists in the main channel of someone just staring at it.
Yep.
And then every once in a while look at the camera. Because that is the low effort thing. All they're doing is... That's already the case. They're like, we don't want that to happen. We'll not allow someone to monetize that if it's completely low effort. But they're now going, there's now AI stuff. We want to put that in the same bracket somehow.
So again, we're fine. Like, this is like nothing to actually worry about. It's just like I see a lot of people talking about it online, like, oh no, like YouTube's changed, like when it hurt reaction channels and other things. We're fine. I've even seen like YouTube reply, like a YouTube Twitter profile reply to people saying like, oh, this is just like kind of a clickbaity headline. This is what's actually happening. So July 15th, they're just going to make an update trying to crack down on AI. But if people who are watching, who saw the news and are thinking reaction channels are going to be demonetized, like, that's not exactly true.
Great. And if you're worried about us and you want to help us out, you can subscribe to our Patreon page, the Metal Roundup, and get some bonus content.
You're off. That's it. That's a fucking straight red.
No,
You're
that
off
was
now, right?
No,
Good.
that was good. That was for us,
That's a fucking 5-game ban, that is.
It's the Metal Roundup.
But I'm playing the devil's advocate here. I'm the audience member that's sending you off, right?
Nah, Steve, you're good.
Keep going, man.
Get back on.
There's the paper, baby.
Most of the time when we do one of these main episodes, we also record a bonus episode where we chat and answer questions from folks in our Discord. So it's a great place to be. Anyway, have a think.
Yeah. It's more unhinged than this, I tell you that much. There's some moments in there. That's all I'll say.
It's true.
The full crotch shots.
Actually, don't join. Don't.
Yeah, reverse psychology. It wouldn't be for you anyway. You know what I mean? Before I sense the wrapping up of this episode, but Steve, did you mention that sleep? Did you say something about Sleep Token's last show? Was it? You clickbait me in Discord? What the fuck was that all about? You said Sleep Token's last show, and what would that look like?
I was saying, because other recent news that happened last week is that Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne played their final show.
How do we not talk about that?
I know, but we're out of time. I have to go. But That's their last show ever. It was a huge deal, and they had all kinds of amazing like special guests come and play. They had fucking Danny Carey from Tool, and Travis Barker from Blink-182, and Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers, all playing a song together. What the fuck? It was kind of
Mario
amazing.
DePlante as well. Was he involved in that?
Yes, he was also there.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and they had Youngblood performed. They had
Who crushed it too.
Yeah, I've heard this. I want to check that out. I haven't reacted to it yet, but I do want to check that out. They had Papa Perpetua, from Ghost performed. They had David Draymond from Disturbed performed. I think they had Guns N' Roses. He did get booed. So like massive stars there to send off this legendary band. I was just wondering, what if? But I don't want to make another Sleep Token thing. But if there was a band in our era playing their final show in like 30 years' time, like a Sleep Token, say, who would be the epic, holy shit, I can't believe they got so-and-so to go and also perform on stage? Like, yeah, you know, there's be a special guest for fucking Marcus Vick is going to be there, and he's going to do some like duet with someone on Euclid or whatever the fuck. Like, that'd be amazing. That was all.
Okay. All right, so you clickbaited me in our own Discord. Steve, this YouTube game's getting to your head, man. My voice is going. Yeah, you were like in the Discord. So I was like, wait, I went on the Sleep Token's Instagram and was like, wait, Sleep Token are breaking up.
Dude, are you fucking insane? Can you not read? I said,
did you phrase it
as a talking point
boxing, so again,
to potentially talk about? I said we could also talk Black Sabbath's last show. I've only seen little snippets. We can talk about what the lineup could look like at Sleep Token's final show. What modern bands would be the legends to join that gig?
Don't even gaslight me here. I will send you off again for the third time this episode. I've only seen little snippets, but we can talk about what that lineup could look like at like Sleep Token's final show. I'm reading that like getting into the car. I'm like,
to be fair, I see what you're saying.
Oh my god, he's so loud.
So loud again.
I'm so mad.
Okay, anyways, regardless of maybe how I interpreted that wrong or Steve typed it wrong, I don't know. The people would have to be if it's Sleep Token's last show. Yeah.
We don't have time for that. You know what we can do? Let's park this, and we'll because this could be a great conversation that we don't have time to fully do today.
I love seeing you guys jump scare every time.
You're so loud. You're so loud, dude.
What's going on?
But we will talk about that, and we will talk about who those bands and who those guest stars could be. The only way to make sure you don't miss that is subscribe to this podcast to hear future episodes. And
10K subs, baby.
We'll dissect that one. Thank you for joining us for this one. It was a bit of a whirlwind today, catching up on some of the news in the last week or so. So much to talk about. The metal scene is in a very wonderful, busy, and excellent place. So thank you for joining the Metal Roundup for some of these chats. Cheers, lads. We'll see you again.
Boys. I'm so sticky.
Very soon.
Bye.